Extreme heat waves across India, record-breaking floods in Brazil, unseasonal hailstorms damaging crops. Every week, there's a new reminder. The climate crisis is no longer a distant threat, it's here and it's accelerating. At the heart of it lies one simple fact. Over 75% of global greenhouse gas emissions come from the way we produce and consume energy, which is why, when we talk about fighting climate change, clean energy is not just one of the solutions, it's the core of it. Globally, fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas still supply over 80% of our energy. They release carbon dioxide, methane, and other greenhouse gases, trapping heat and warming the planet. The result? The last 9 years have been the hottest on record. Arctic sea is melting, crop yields are fluctuating, and developing countries like India face the worst of it, with rising heat stress, erratic rainfall, and increasing disaster vulnerability. And yet, the world's energy demand is growing, especially in the global south, where rising populations and development demand more power. The challenge is this: can we grow without destroying the planet? The answer is clean energy. But what does clean energy really mean? When we say clean energy, we are talking about energy sources that produce little to no greenhouse gas emissions when generating power. This makes them fundamentally different from fossil fuels, which release large amount of carbon dioxide and methane, which are the primary drivers of global warming. Clean energy sources include solar energy, generated from sunlight using photovoltaic panels with zero emissions during production. Wind energy, harnessed from moving air using wind turbines, also emission-free while operating. Hydropower uses flowing water to spin turbines and produce electricity. It's clean, though large dams can have ecological impacts. Nuclear energy doesn't emit carbon while generating power, though it raises concerns over waste and safety. Green hydrogen, produced using renewable electricity to split water into hydrogen and oxygen, a clean fuel with water as the only byproduct when used. But it's not just about emissions. Clean energy also means more energy security, since renewables are locally sourced, and long-term economic gains through sustainable jobs and lower fuel imports. Countries across the world are leading clean energy innovation in exciting ways. Denmark gets over 50% of its electricity from wind, with offshore wind farms powering entire regions. Morocco built one of the world's largest solar plants in the Sahara, the Noor Power Station. China leads in solar panel manufacturing and EV infrastructure, rapidly reducing costs. Kenya generates over 90% of its electricity from renewables, especially geothermal and hydro. Even in the private sector, companies like Tesla, BYD, and First Solar are pushing boundaries in electric vehicles and battery storage. India, the third largest emitter globally, is also one of the fastest adopters of clean energy. As of 2024, India has installed over 180 gigawatt of renewable capacity, aiming for 500 gigawatts by 2030. It's home to the world's largest solar park, Bhadla, Rajasthan. International Solar Alliance was co-founded by India to promote solar cooperation among over 100 countries. One of the most impactful initiatives has been the PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana, launched in 2024. It aims to install rooftop solar in 1 crore households, offering subsidized or free electricity. Within just 10 months, it facilitated over 7 lakh installations. India is also pushing ahead with the National Green Hydrogen Mission, supporting research, pilot projects, and infrastructure to make hydrogen a key part of our future energy mix. Alongside energy generation, India is also tackling clean transportation through the FAME scheme, faster adoption and manufacturing of hybrid and electric vehicles. Under FAME 2, subsidies are being provided to lower the cost of EVs, encourage adoption of electric buses and two-wheelers, and develop nationwide charging infrastructure. To boost domestic manufacturing, the government allocated 39,600 megawatt of solar PV module capacity under the Production-Linked Incentive or the PLI scheme, reducing import dependency. And to attract more investment, India has offered incentives like waiver of interstate transmission charges, revised renewable purchase obligations, easier project clearances, and land access. Looking ahead, India aims to achieve 50% of installed power capacity from non-fossil sources by 2030, reduce emissions intensity of its economy by 45% from 2005 levels, make clean energy a driver of both economic growth and climate resilience. However, it's not without challenges. Despite the progress, India's clean energy transition faces serious challenges. Land acquisition delays large-scale solar and wind projects. Grid integration remains a bottleneck, especially for intermittent sources like wind and solar. Financing gaps and delays in dispersal of subsidies slow down rooftop adoption. Manufacturing dependencies on imported solar components still persist. And in rural areas, there's a need for greater awareness, skilled manpower, and technical support. These hurdles show that clean energy is not just a technology challenge, it's also about infrastructure, policy, and people. As we approach World Environment Day on June 5th, let's remember, clean energy isn't just a solution to climate change, it's a national opportunity. And with the right push, India can lead the world in powering a greener future.